75% of firefighters who died in the line of duty last year died due to job-related cancer. January is Firefighter Cancer Awareness Month to bring attention to this epidemic among our local heroes. It's a story that unfortunately many firefighters know all too well.
The appeal is taking care of people.
Ask a firefighter why they do it.
The calls that you get to go on help people on the worst day that they may be having, that they may ever have in their life.
Most often they'll tell you it's just a calling.
But just everything about it I love.
One that they answer despite the risks.
When you go through your training, you think it's never going to be you, right?
Captain Tim Murphy has been with Poudre Fire Authority for 20 years, and he's known the risks from day one.
I think going through this, and looking back past the last 20 years, I realize the training we went through from day one, like we start talking about cancer exposure and what we can do to have cancer reduction in the firehouse, like it's not new.
But he never thought it would be his reality.
They ended up diagnosing me with stage 4 lymphoma. She didn't sugarcoat anything for us, and in fact told us that the cancer that she thought it was did not have a good outcome.
6 months ago, the news he never thought he'd get put things quickly into perspective.
All the things that you think are really important, you figure out instantly what is truly important and what is not.
We know that occupational cancer is the leading cause of death of firefighters in the country right now.
David Foster is the president of the Colorado Professional Firefighters Foundation. He says what's happening within the fire service is an epidemic.
Just this last year, 348 people out of 469 line of duty deaths were due to cancer. That's almost 75%. January is Firefighter Cancer Awareness Month. This is the time that we have dialogue with all of our firefighters about the realities of cancer and how to prevent them.
And despite the battle Captain Murphy is currently fighting, he's also focused on prevention.
I really want to send a message out about, not ignoring those signs. If you have a change, within how you feel, and not ignoring those signs, so that, if you have something that's changed within how you're feeling, something that is acute, that lasts longer than a week or two, you need to follow up with your doctor.
Advocating for the next generation of firefighters to save themselves so they can continue to save others. Captain Murphy went through 6 months of chemo that just wrapped up. He'll find out how the treatment worked at the end of this month. His doctors all certify his cancer is caused by being a firefighter from his exposure over the past decades. In 2007, presumptive cancer for firefighters was created for workers' compensation in the state, but it is a very difficult system to navigate. Because of that, just a few years ago, a cancer fund was created for fire departments to opt into. That has been a much easier process for firefighters diagnosed with cancer to get financial help right away. That's if their department opts in. Thankfully for Captain Murphy, Poudre Fire has opted in, but both he and Dave Foster really want to encourage other fire departments to sign on to help others who are facing the same situation with job-related cancer. So of course, this will help out initially. If workers' compensation is approved, the cancer fund stops, so it's not like they're double dipping and they have both working in conjunction. It kind of just helps bridge that gap.
Well, and it's clear you're very knowledgeable about this subject because it's something you're incredibly passionate about because of your own personal experiences.
Right. So my dad was an LA City firefighter for 32 years, and he passed away from job-related cancer at 58 years old. And so this has been a huge mission of mine to advocate for firefighters because it hits close to home. Yeah. We went through the workers' compensation system as well, and it was very hard, and it took years. So that's why the Cancer Fund is great. And there have been a lot of changes within fire departments as well to bring down these numbers, but clearly a long way to go still.
Well, we're glad you're doing the work because we know that this is clearly still very needed out there, and even more changes maybe need to be made to all of this.
Yes, and it's really working for this younger generation of firefighters, changing the stigma around and making sure that they get checked out. That's the biggest thing. Is I'm hoping that firefighters are watching right now and they don't ignore any signs or symptoms. So get checked out. This is your cue.
Thank you to you, and thank you to Captain Murphy for sharing his experience.